What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is Chef Don. Y'all know the drill. Of course, like and subscribe to the channel and hit those notification bells so you don't miss anything. We are having a reality TV chat today, discussing some of our reality TV shows, such as Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Dubai, let's see, Married to Medicine, and I'm missing something else that was on my mind that I also want to talk about. But anyway, we're going the Kandi and Marlo situation from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So what I'm gonna do is play my introduction. I have a special guest here with me today. He's a good friend of mine, and we just gonna talk and chat about what's going on. So as you come in the chat, please keep the chat respectful, or your comment will be deleted if it's not respectful. And just we're here to have a good time. Of course, you ain't seeing neither one of our faces today, but we are here and we're gonna get this done. All right, so I'm gonna play my introduction and we'll get right into the tea. All right, well, we here. Again, y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Of course, you get your reality TV news here. Of course, some cooking and just a little mess from the reality TV shows, and that's about it. All right, LB. So you here now? Let's get on into
Yes, sir.
everything. Let's get on into everything. So I want to start off with Atlanta, of course, because we all know that Atlanta has had a cash shakeup over the last, well, I think since season 12. It has been kind of lagging a little bit. Um, and in my personal opinion, I like the cast of this season. They're growing on me. Let me put it that way. There are some that I probably could go without, but overall, I think Atlanta is starting to deliver for me. What about you?
I'm actually liking this season. I think a shakeup was needed. I like how before I get started though, I'm loving Kenya this season. I feel like she's had like a total 360 in her just whole demeanor, her whole attitude, her whole presence. It's very welcoming, very different than season 5, Kenya. But overall, I enjoy the cast. I think everybody is pulling their own weight. And I think in a reality show, you want to make sure everyone is doing their equal part of work, get into the mess. And I feel like this current cast now is doing that. And I'm happy for once Kenya does not have to carry all the drama on her back. So I'm loving this season. I can't wait to see what else comes out of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I am definitely loving me some Kenya this season. I guess on Twitter they talking about welcome to Team Twirl, but
Oh, so you saw my
for
tweet?
me, for me, I really do like Kenya this season, and like you said, she's not necessarily holding the weight of the drama on her back, um, and trying to make it happen. Now, listen. I like the ladies holding Miss Candy accountable.
Right, right.
Although you are an OG to the franchise, you got to be held accountable, sis. I'm Anyway. We're gonna get into that little bit and piece about Marlo and Candy here in just a minute because I am gonna play their little shady videos that each one of them done. So while we're on that, um, I'll just go ahead and give my rating as far as Atlanta so far. Atlanta is giving me about an 8 so far this season. As far as a rating from 1 to 10, I would say Atlanta so far has given me an 8, and I actually love Sanya. I like her.
I'm gonna say a 8 too. I like Sanya. I feel like she doesn't feel like a new kid on the block, right? She feels like she's kind of known them for a while, and she just came in like organic, I'm loving her family. I like her family dynamic. I love to hear her mom talk. I can't wait to Sunday to kind of get into it with her family. Um, Only thing a downside I would say is Sheree. I love Sheree, right? Don't get me wrong. It's just I feel like maybe she kind of wants to pick fights with Kandi, like for no reason. Am I making sense? Like I feel like when she talk in her confessional, she kind of goes a little bit too hard on Kandi. And I'm not a Kandi like supporter, but I just feel like her energy should be kind of elsewhere. And maybe it will be throughout the season, but yeah, I'm hoping
Well,
for
now
more from Sheree.
from what I hear, they actually are supposed to get into it pretty bad.
And I hate that,
Um,
but I do
yeah, and it has.
expect more from Sheree as an OG, you know?
I will agree with you. I feel like when she came in like it was her sophomore season. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like she was new to everything, and we know you know the ins and the outs about this thing. So I totally agree with that part. That Sheree she'll be bringing more. But I feel bad for her Sunday because uh,
Yeah.
she's still waiting. But listen,
Still waiting.
I I feel bad for her because in that moment, her and Kenya's conversation, I kind of teared up because I was like, okay, now Kenya, Miss Kenya. And everybody knows that Kenya and Sheree have been going back and forth, but I am loving their friendship this season.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's how we feel about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let
Oh,
me
but
play.
Sheree too.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
felt that was a real like. I feel like that scene when she was on the phone with I think her Kenny. I forget who she was on the phone with, but when she like buckled and like wanted to cry, like that was probably one of the realest moments I've seen of Sheree. Even watch entire like from season one, season two. I started season two. That's the realest
So you
emotion I
don't
think I've
feel like
seen
you don't
from
feel
Sheree.
like she gave emotion during her divorce from Bob?
It was different. I feel like this was like okay, so maybe because I've been in that I've been in that situation, but I just felt like
Mhm.
this was like raw and real. Like I don't know. I just felt like this was real. Like I know she had emotion in the voice. I know she had emotion in the car with her ex. Remember when they was on the trip, and he was like, "If I didn't
Mhm.
hit you, I didn't hit you. Like I didn't hit you hard enough." Like all
Who
that was
was in there with
emotional.
him? Kenya
Phaedra
and
and
Phaedra.
Kenan Cage, Phaedra, yeah. But this part, it was just so unexpected, raw emotion. I don't know, but I literally felt I really felt that at that moment.
I did too. I was like, now, come on, man. You could have called this woman and told this woman, especially if you knew she drove all the way from New York. But I want to say this. I want to preference this. I knew he wasn't gonna come to New York because although they were saying 100-mile radius, when you're on probation and parole, some of those do not allow you to cross state lines. That's into another state. So in my mind, I was thinking that the whole time, like, although you keep saying 100 miles, I think it was a storyline because at the particular time I know they knew he had just gotten out of prison. You can't cross state lines like that. So I knew he wasn't going to show up in New York. But for him not to show up or not even call her to tell her he wasn't going to make it was wrong.
No, yeah, he should have
That was
called.
wrong. I
He
have
should have
no
called.
clue why my avatar stay doing this stupid stuff. But
It's
anyway, I'm gonna change it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is let me play this quick clip of Marlo on Carlos's King's podcast. I believe it's like Podcast with the King. I'm not sure of the name exactly, but I actually got this off of the Neighborhood Talks Instagram, so I would definitely credit them for using their information and their names, and their logo is still on here. But the first one is 20 seconds, and we'll come back and play Candies, which is, I think, like a minute and 30 seconds. So here we go.
Now, say if we went there and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you guys all how to contribute to a play and become a producer, how to get a restaurant, do some shit for the black culture. We got enough babies and diseases out here. We don't need no shit else about sex, Candy. You fucked out in Atlanta, okay? And I done had plenty too, like you say. But girl, and if Candy
Ooh, yeah. that 20 sec- that 20 seconds, there was definitely more to that, but that 20 seconds is
Hot.
that you have to watch the podcast or listen to the podcast. The podcast, in my opinion, I'm not even a Marlo fan, but that podcast was pretty good. Um, Basically, what Marlo was saying is in this particular situation, I think they were talking about her over sexualizing everything and them being in New York, going to the play and wearing vibrating panties. And of course, we all know that the only people who were pretty much cool with that was Sanya and Kandi. Everybody else either had them on and forgot the remote on purpose, like Sheree, or they just wasn't trying to do it. And in my opinion, Kandi does over sexualize things. Now, I do
I agree.
understand
I
that
agree.
she has a business that gears towards sex, but she does over sexualize things. 'Cause I don't think those vibrating panties had anything to do with four colored man play. Like it just didn't go well. It
And it's
didn't.
kind
It
of
didn't land.
and it's weird too. Like if you have a group of married people and a group of single people together, like that's kind of weird and kind of like I feel like inappropriate to be honest. If you doing that,
It is.
it's
It
kind
was
of
very
inappropriate.
inappropriate. It was
And
very inappropriate.
somebody who has been accused of sexual
I thought it was
and
just
stuff
me.
like that, you would think she would have thought that through a little better, you know?
I totally agree with you. I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking like now you shouldn't be wanting to give anyone a reason to say or do anything in regards to what you got going on or
Exactly.
tarnish anything that you got going on. So I'm definitely there with that. Now y'all all know, even if you rewatch this, everybody know that Miss Kandi is going to respond to Marlo. She may not respond to nobody else, but we know she gonna respond to Marlo. We got season 4 read her Kandi in this response. I'm about to play her response. 1 second.
Doing more for the culture and even said that you need to stop talking about sex. So how do you feel hearing that tonight?
So funny. And that's why she be so fake to me. Was it day or last night she was sending us the invites, her thing. She want us to come support her in her business or whatever. And I was the first one on the group text, probably the only one, no, one of two of all the housewives who said, "Oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna come be there for you." She gets on my motherfucking nerves. I'm tired of her bullshit. She's fake as fuck. If y'all do not know, I have been doing way more for the community than all of them. I don't mind saying it. Okay? I don't always do everything I do on television, but if you want to go to television receipts,
Speaking,
even the food drives that I did in the past, who was the main one trying to show up to help? Her. And she want to act like she don't remember? Listen, I pay off college tuitions for people I don't even know.
okay, Miss Candy Bird is giving back to the culture.
What? I put all my businesses in black communities so that I can bring more jobs to our community. What's she doing? And to be clear, of all people that I've helped, she should know. Because when she wasn't on this show and couldn't get on this show for years, who helped her get another show on another network? But she wanted to kiss ass and be a friend of the show again on this show, so she let the opportunity drop. But it's facts. I got her showing a whole nother network when she needed help. And she want to get over here.
Whoosh, yeah.
I did not see that extended version. Kandi is piping hot. Don't talk about my man Kandi. This is what I like. I like this Kandi.
Kandi is hot, baby.
Cracked voice and all.
I was gonna say everybody know once their voice get to trembling, baby, it's a wrap.
Kandi.
But this is what I have to say about that. If I could be completely honest with you, and I'm not a Marlo fan,
Yeah.
but if I could be completely honest with you, when Marlo was saying do stuff for the community, I don't think she was necessarily speaking about doing things actually for the community. I think when she said that, because she literally said, teach us how to run a production company or teach us how to run a restaurant. I think that's more so what she meant by that, not necessarily the charity work that Kandi does, because everybody knows that Kandi does charity work. I just think Marlo tongue got a little quick on her, and she said that, but I don't think that that's honestly what she meant by that. Now that's my opinion.
Ugh.
I and everybody knows that Marlo does hit below the belt. And the word on the curve is we don't know if it made it to the camera or not. But in one of her feuds with Kandi, she mentioned something about Kandi's last baby that we all know is a surrogate. She called her like a baby in the ditch or something like that. It was out of line. So let me just say that since Marlo always continues to hit below the belt, I can see why Kandi is so angry. That's what I'll say. Everybody know I'm not a fan of Kandi because I don't like some of Kandi's moves, some of the moves that she make. But in this particular instance, Kandi was upset, and I think she has every right and reason to be upset because Marlo do come for Kandi. But Marlo also said that she comes for Kandi because she feels like Kandi just coasts along every season. And I'm kind of with her. Kandi's storyline is always that she's coming up with the business and her and Todd don't have time for each other. When has it
Yeah,
been anything different?
yeah, her storyline always involves somebody else and not necessarily Kandi. These Riley, Todd, Mama Joyce, anybody but Kandi. I feel you on that.
That's why I feel like Marlo came, and she even explains that. But that's why I feel like how I feel about them. What are
I
your
haven't
thoughts?
I haven't heard the interview with all of it with Marlo. I haven't heard. I just heard that snippet, right? But this is my opinion, right? Seemed like a couple weeks ago, Kandi had said that her and Marlo had made up from their feud they had during the season. They were friends, and I do remember years back, far as I remember, Kandi has always advocated for Marlo having a peach. I never heard Kenya say it. I never heard Sheree. I never heard Nene say it. I never heard anybody say, "Give Marlo a peach," but Kandi. We got that's out, right? Um, I feel like Marlo. I feel like Marlo came from a bad place with this, right? I feel like she said this to stir up drama, which is always good for the show. But sometimes it's good to have friendships. But I also feel like a couple of days ago, Nene posted a picture with Marlo, right? So maybe Nene got in her ear was like, you can't let Kandi continually to take over the show. Like you can't let Kandi continually to go under the radar. And so I feel like she had a moment. She thought about it and she went for the moment because I feel like it was on this. Even though what she's saying was kind of true, like Kandi does oversex things, but we all know Kandi does give back. Like she said, she puts her jobs, her companies in the hood, even like Candy coated whatever. Like everybody I've seen who sell it has been black, you know. So she gives back, not necessarily. She doesn't have to teach you, give her classes. Like she gives you jobs, she gives you the opportunity to do it. So I feel like Marlo had evil intentions when she said that, and her only intention was to stir up drama and to put the heat on Kandi. And I feel like she was a puppet to Nene because she just had dinner or lunch something with Nene, and Nene got in her ear. That's just
Well, she addressed both of those of
what
those
she did.
things. Yeah, she addressed Nene because Carlos King he gonna ask questions. So Carlos King asked her about I'll definitely send you the full podcast, but he asked her about her relationship with Nene that we seen a picture of her and Nene together. And
Yeah,
I kind of understand where Marlo's coming from because I have a friend like what she's saying. She's saying that when she see Nene, you speak and you kind of pick up like you never left off. She said Nene is just one of those friends that you, when she throws shade, you either throw shade back or you keep on moving because that's just who she is. And she said that for Kandi, she said Kandi has coasted along all these seasons and she's coming for Kandi this season. She was like, Kandi is the highest paid housewife. Work for your money. And I'm sorry, but when she said that, I had no choice but to agree with Marlo. I guess you kind of got to hear the conversation and hear how that particular piece that I played came up. Carlos did ask her, and he also said out of him, well, actually, Marlo threw Carlos under the bus because Marlo mentioned something about Kandi being paid so much and not having to do anything. And Marlo was like, Carlos, you remember when you was on the show, you felt the same way about her. And he was like, oh. So
I'm gonna have to listen. I have to watch
yeah,
it when we get off. Yeah, I have to listen.
you definitely got to listen to it because it'll put some of it in context. I'm not going to give Marlo a pass because I do feel like Marlo did come out of anger, but I see where Marlo is coming from, but then I also see where Kandi's anger is coming from. So
I
that's
see
how
where
I feel
Marlo
about it
is
all.
coming, but I feel like the whole do something for the community was absolutely totally unnecessary because
But then
everybody
again, that's what I'm
knows
saying. I don't
we
think that's
know.
what she meant.
But if you got to
That's why I'm.
explain somebody else's opinion, then I feel like it's wrong, and I feel like it's wrong. Like it shouldn't have been said. But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I just think she's wrong. She shouldn't have.
Yeah, and again, like I think her choice of words were poor.
Yeah,
But again, I don't think that she necessarily meant like you're not giving back to the community because everybody knows that that's not true.
yeah.
So that's why I say I don't think that that's what she meant in that moment, being angry or whatever.
But she
But
deserved all the smoke, I think.
oh, she deserved all the smoke, and I don't think. Well, it's not going to end. And to kind of piggyback off of what you said about Marlo and Kandi being in a good space, but remember when the last episode aired, not Memorial Day weekend, but the weekend before that, when that last episode aired, they were going back and forth on Twitter.
I didn't know that.
They was going. Marlo threw some shade about Kandi's records and all kind of stuff. Anyway, child, them
Oh, I
two,
do remember that. I do.
them
Yeah.
two are going to forever go at it. And if I can be honest with you, I'm here for it.
Do you think maybe Marlo's jealous of Kandi?
I don't.
You don't think so? Okay.
Okay, if she's jealous of Kandi, it could be in more ways than one, but I don't necessarily think that she's jealous of Kandi. I think she knows a lot more of Kandi than what we see. And I think that's a problem for her.
I think they both know a lot more about each other than we know. Because I
Oh,
didn't know that they
absolutely.
knew each other for years. I didn't know they really knew each other for years before she came on Housewives. I thought
I
they
think
was kind of
Marlo
just
used to date
introduced.
Candy's cousin, or Candy
Yeah,
used to date Marlo's cousin. One of the ways it was
one of
like
the
that.
yeah. I didn't find that out to this season, so it's gonna be interesting to
So
watch.
she
Most definitely.
technically, what it sounds like, and nobody is actually really saying this, but it kind of sounds like, because if you listen to that podcast, the in that podcast, Carlos says that Marlo met Nene during season 4. See, I always listen to context clues. If you
Cause
say she met her, then that means that she was not a friend of hers when she came on the show. But of course, when they introduced Marlo as Nene's friend. But I really honestly believe Kandi did get her on the show, and I think that's why Kandi was so mad.
I thought that Phaedra introduced Marlo to the show because I remember Phaedra was saying like this is Marlo. She dated Nene's supposedly ex or somebody like that. Nene had been talking to
Was
because they
that
were at like
season? That was season 5. That was season 5. I remember
they
exactly what you're talking about. That was
they
season
were
5 when she brought that up about that white man. You talking about the pizza guy?
no. Remember Marlo was dating somebody, a football player, at the time, and supposedly him and Nene had knew each other. Nene, don't give me the line, but I thought Phaedra introduced her to the show,
To the
and she
show.
just
I'm gonna have to
clicked
go
with
back and
Nene,
watch.
and she
I'm
clicked
gonna have
more
to
with
go back.
Nene.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch season 4. But we also learned in that podcast, and then we'll move on after this. But we also learned in that podcast that Marlo was actually offered a peach season 4, and she turned it down.
Hmm.
That was interesting information because we also learned prior to that Mariah Hook, the creator of Married to Medicine, was offered a peach. for season 3 and season 4. So I don't know. That's interesting tea. That's interesting information for me. All right. Well, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Um, I know LB doesn't really watch Married to Medicine. But I figure since we
No,
were live and
sir.
kind of talking about reality TV, about Married to Medicine, y'all, season 9 does come out on July the 10th. I believe it is a Sunday, so we still have our Sunday nights. Is going to be our black nights because we got Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm sure that obviously Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to go out first. We'll get Potomac right after that, because they are still currently filming.
They're in Mexico,
Um,
that's what I heard too, doing the
yes,
last cast thing.
their last cast trip. Yes, I'm pretty excited about Potomac. We're gonna be reviewing Potomac. Um, I love Potomac girls. They deliver. So I'm excited
Each
about
each
Potomac.
and every
But
one of them. Maybe not Robin, not so much, but the other ones, I'm
yeah, they
excited.
deliver.
Yeah,
They deliver. I'm ready for Potomac, and I think this season, last season was really good for me. I
yeah.
loved last season, so I can only imagine how they're gonna top off this season.
This season, yeah. And I didn't mean
Yeah.
Robin. I meant Juan's roommate. I'm sorry.
And that is so true, but do we even know Juan be at home, child? Anyway, I guess that's some more tea for another day. Um, but of course, Married to Medicine has definitely come out. The trailer is available. You can look at it on Bravo's Instagram page. Y'all, what I have to say is we have the same cast that we had last season, except we do have a new friend of who is married to a doctor, but I want to say she's an attorney. And her name is Aurora, and she's going to be a friend of. If you look at the actual trailer, prior to this, they kept saying that there was a physical altercation at Quad's house. We all know that Quad got a $2 million house now. There was an altercation at Quad's house, and everybody thought that it was actually Heavenly and Contessa. But per the trailer, it's actually Toya and the new lady that is a friend of. So, and I want to say they both from Detroit. So that's going to be really interesting to kind of see their dynamic. Um,
Question:
yes.
who hasn't Toya got into an altercation with? Because feel like every season is somebody new. She's like arguing. And I don't even watch the show. These are just like highlights of. So I feel like every season somebody she's like, meet me outside.
You know what, Toya? It's so crazy because people always think that Heavenly is the big bad, but Toya has these last few seasons. Toya has come for everybody hard. And I noticed in the trailer, everybody knows that Toya and Eugene bought their forever home, where they actually sold their home at the beginning of this year. That's in the trailer because they asking them why did they sell their forever home. Y'all, they were only in that home for almost 2 years. I don't even think they made it 2 years.
They give me
So that's
together
gonna
for
be
the show.
I honestly think that Eugene. I actually like their marriage. Above everybody else's. Well, I
Why?
like Heavenly and Daddy's, Dr. Damon Daddy's. I love their relationship and their marriage. But yeah, so y'all know I love Married to Medicine, so I will be doing a separate reaction video on the actual trailer. But I did want to bring it up in this conversation so that you all will be watching. All right, so our next topic on the agenda is the Real Housewives of Dubai. We are 2 episodes in, and what you feeling? How you feeling about Dubai? Is Dubai delivering for you? What is your honest opinion about Dubai so far?
I'm loving Dubai. I may be loving it for the wrong reasons, but I'm loving the production. I'm loving the confessionals. I'm loving the. I like how they are all like shading each other in the confessionals. Like you don't really get that in the first season, I think, from New Housewives. Like they coming in guns blazing. They coming in knowing the assignment. They're coming in ready. Um, the Brown girls are carrying the show basically because I thought Stanberry was gonna be like the star, the whatever, boring. She's the mashed potatoes and no butter to me, right? Um, but I feel like they're delivering. They're hitting all the right points, all the right marks. I feel like you watch Housewives for the opulence, for the like drama, for all of this that they're giving, right? I feel like the drama will come, but as long as you got Chanel in it, I'm a forever fan.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love Dubai because I feel like the ladies' friendship is shady, but it's yet authentic.
That part,
Um,
yeah.
you don't see the authenticity. You don't see authentic friendships and housewives or in an ensemble cast. Period. You don't see that the first season.
No,
So I'm totally with you. Like their first season, they came out guns a blazing. I don't know if Andy went over there and said, Phaedra, teach every last one of these women how they supposed to do things, but they actually delivered. But I wanted to discuss the ratings, and that's what I have on the screen. So if we notice, the ratings last for their premiere episode was 769,000 viewers. That was for the last episode. This current episode that we just um had, their ratings actually did go down, and that's the new ratings for this week, 657,000. So y'all, I let me just say, Dubai is actually really delivering, in my opinion. Um, they are giving us more than what we typically get in a regular House of Wives show, and that's for me. I'm loving it, and I'm loving Chanel. Or how do you say her name? She is everything. That girl is bad.
I,
Well, let me say this: every last one of them is bad. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is actually the first cast that I was like, yes, honey, y'all are serving.
true. And I feel like Lisa, right? Because I remember Lisa on College Hill. So it's always good to see people who like started, started somewhere else and look at them now. Like when I first watched her on reality TV, she was in college, a college student, right? And I look at her in Dubai, living her best life, got a beautiful family, and I call it growth, call it progress. I'm here for it.
Yes. I'm here for Dubai. Dubai is really delivering. They're giving us what we need. So I hope to get more from them throughout the season. If I'm not mistaken, I think they are only getting 15 episodes with a two-part reunion.
And it's when I say that reunion is going to be one of the best dressed reunions I feel like in reality shitstery.
Oh, let me tell you
It
something.
will be the
The
best.
the looks are going to be stupid because if you saw what Chanel Ion had on Watch What Happens Live, Andy even said, you giving me a reunion dress. And she was like, no, baby, the reunion dress is going to be fantastic. This is nothing.
It's going to be fire. It's going to be. Can you say Met Gala Bravo 2022?
Listen, they they ain't ready. They're not ready.
No.
Because these ladies show up to scenes that they're filming long dressed up. Like, I'm like, when it's just them and their family, I'm like, these ladies, uh, these ladies are bad. They are bad. So, yeah, Dubai is giving me everything that I need and more.
I got to give my favorite part of last night though, because I feel like it's worth like mentioning and like saying. It's not.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
It's not the most shadiest, funniest part, but it's like one of the most realest conversations I feel like we don't have about Thanksgiving when they was discussing like Thanksgiving and Chanel was like, I'm African. Like it's weird to me because we had colonizers in our country that didn't belong. And when I tell you, if I always
Mm-hmm.
thought of Thanksgiving like that, like they basically came up here to this country and like just took shit over. Like
Yes.
I feel
And
like that was
even
one of the
just,
most sincerest, like rawest. Like I can't believe they kept this in the footage, and she said it. It needed to be said. Somebody had to say it.
oh yeah, I agree. Somebody definitely had to say it. But I also wanna say this though. Um what I find extremely, oh Lord. What I find extremely interesting too with them is just them explaining what they do for Thanksgiving, what was normal. When she was in the meat market buying her lamb chops, and she said she only eats organic lamb chops, honey. I
Uh-huh.
was like, you know, they got some money. I
They
can
look.
only imagine what them organic lamb chops cost over there.
We have
Regular ones here cost a buck a load, so I know there it's probably even worse.
we have only scratched the surface of. I feel like the opulence that Dubai is going to deliver.
I agree. I agree. I think, yeah, you're right. We have only scratched the surface. Um, that's for sure. Okay, so let's see here. Now we got Dubai out of the way and how we kind of feel about Dubai, and I'm going to give Dubai a 10 for both episodes that I have seen because I love both of them. But it's time to get into it with the good girls, Beverly Hills.
The,
Lord Jesus.
the highlight of the night.
The highlight of the night. So this Beverly Hills episode was episode 5. Am I correct?
I don't know. It feels like it's been longer than that. I guess because we're real fans. So
Yeah, I know, right? I think it's episode 5.
I think so. It
This
should
is
be. Yeah.
this was episode 5 of Atlanta, and they didn't have an episode. So yeah, this is episode 5
So far.
of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, because it came out like
Um,
the 5th of the 11th of May, so it's about a month. So it's about 5. Yeah.
yeah. So, oh man. Well, first of all, before we even get started on Beverly Hills, let me go ahead and show y'all the ratings to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is killing it, and I need to see Atlanta bring in these same numbers. Atlanta has to. I, yeah, Atlanta has to, but take a look, and there we go. Look at that. 1,145,000 viewers. Do you see that?
That's a night. That's pretty good these days.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because if we look at Atlanta, Atlanta used to get millions, millions, and millions and millions of views. And unfortunately, Sunday, and I know they said that the game aired on Sunday, but still,
Yeah.
in my opinion, um, for this particular episode, I felt like they could have done better than that.
I feel like because they were off that Memorial Day weekend, and I feel like they were
Right,
building
and they could have
momentum.
kept they should have
Could
kept
have
the
kept the
momentum.
momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
this is my thing too about ratings. I feel like, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of Atlanta watchers are mostly black or maybe urban, and I feel like once we watch a show and it start falling off, we out. We good. Like we
We
out.
out. We
And but I
out.
feel like the other people like I'm loyal. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna watch it. And even when they have a bad season, because for years Beverly Hills had terrible seasons, terrible seasons. It didn't start picking up till a couple seasons ago. Thanks,
Right.
Garcelle. Thanks, Denise Richards. But it didn't start picking up to then. And look at the ratings for them and New Jersey. But I feel like it's us when we see something, we out. We out. We don't come back.
You're right. You're right. And I wish that people would, honestly give Atlanta a try. I know for me, when Atlanta first came out, I was like, Psh, I ain't watching Atlanta. And then I had to think about it, and I'm like, you know what? I need to go ahead and give them a try, and let's see what they give. And I mean, I would have to say they're doing better than what I thought.
Yeah.
So let's get into this episode, child. So this episode starts off with well, we know that last episode PK, or was that this episode where PK told Dorit she could go on a trip? That was last episode.
Mhm.
Where PK told Dorit that she could go on a trip. So of course the ladies are going to Mexico. And last episode we had Sutton's store event. And if you all can recall, prior to that, they were at Kyle's home, and where is it at?
La Quinta.
La Quinta. La Quinta. La Quinta. They were at Kyle's home in La Quinta, and we had a moment where Crystal left because she felt like she wasn't in a safe space. Um, and basically, Garcelle calls Crystal back over, and they have this conversation. And Crystal then tells the group at that particular moment that Sutton said something that was so dark, that was just oh so dark. And I'm gonna tell you something. Crystal likes to play with her words, and I don't like it. Stop it. Stop playing with your words. I think you using these type of words is only going to ruin, or you're trying to ruin somebody's brand by using these words. Dark, and what was it? Violated, and some of these words that you're using, you are not using them right. Now that's why I'm gonna say about Crystal. But we know Sutton can be very, 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 very dingy with her words.
Very.
But if I can be completely honest with you, I don't think that lady said anything else more. I don't.
Mm-mm.
I don't. That's just me. But anyway, let's get into the episode. Let's get into how you're feeling about Beverly Hills. Who's your who's your favorites? Who is your least favorite? Talk to me about this past episode.
Been waiting my whole day for this, right? All right. So I'm getting my nerves out of the way. I think this episode, Beverly Hills delivers each and every week. And I feel like they do because they've keeping the same cast now for 3 seasons. So we as in viewers have invested only our time into them. So we in, right. Perfect. I think this was a great episode. Uh where do I want to start? I'm gonna start with Crystal. I feel like when Crystal first came on the show, I was on her side, right? And me personally, if I'm telling you how I feel, don't it's not your point to tell me that I shouldn't feel like that. So technically, if I feel violated, you can't tell me indifferent. Only thing you can say is, maybe that's in a nice way. Could you use another word or something? But don't try to discredit my feelings. I felt that. But when you say somebody said something and then you don't tell them what they said, that's dangerous. It's very dangerous, and it's very, I think, damning to someone's brand. And for you to sit there and let people make up their own idea about what was said, I mean, that you basically hurting their brand. And I feel like Crystal was wrong for that. Like, I've lost a friend who said, well, so and so was talking about you. Number one, who was it and what did they say? And for you not to tell me who was it and what they said, I'm good. Y'all, I don't need a friend like that, right? And I feel like Crystal showed that she wasn't a good friend. And the fact that she said that when she said it was to get the heat off of her. So at this point, I'm not trusting Crystal. I think she needs to go. I think she needs to take Diana. Much as I don't like Erica, I think Crystal and Diana needs to go. They bring nothing to the show. Diana especially brings nothing but boring, old, rich white lady. And she's not even Kathy rich. Like Kathy at least rich and funny, and she doesn't flaunt her wealth. Like you just know she's rich. She doesn't even dress rich. I don't think she has an entourage, right? I've never seen her with entourage, but she just comes off as having money. And at even 5 episodes in, it's kind of over the top. Who cares? We know you got money. We know you got kids. And it's just boring at this point with her. Crystal, I can't trust her. I'm good on you. I feel bad for Sutton because I feel like Sutton probably thought she did say something worse than she did. And I feel like because Sutton is from Georgia, like the deep south, she has the southern accent, she has the southern twang, she's big on southern hospitality. I'm sure throughout her life in LA, she's probably been labeled as a racist just because of where she comes from, how she talks. I'm pretty sure she's been labeled as a racist. And I'm sure she thought in that moment maybe she did say something, out of place. And she was scared if it came out what it could do to her, right? Or losing her friendship with Garcelle. So I'm pretty sure that's why she played it off originally at her shop. But once she got home and she started thinking like, wait, this is what she's talking about. That's why she was ready to play in Mexico because I guess she thought about it. So I do feel bad for Sutton. I feel bad because I feel like Erica's always going to attack Sutton until she goes Monique on her. And that's the only way I think Erica's going to shut up. Unless she grab her by the hair and pull her across the table. At this point, that's the only way going to shut her up. I'm loving Garcelle. And I know we talked about this before, but I'm loving Kyle. Because Kyle keeps the shit going. She keeps stirring the pot. And you need pot stirrers through any franchise. And she knows the assignment and she does it. So Kyle and Garcelle are my faves this season. And yeah, I'm loving it though.
Okay. Um, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm feeling you on that. Everything that you said, except for the whole Kyle thing. Um, I'm
What? Yeah,
not a Kyle fan.
I know. Yeah.
Kyle Kyle has stirred the. I mean, baby,
But you
she been
need a
stirring the
like you need
pot
a
for the
bone
last.
store. You need a pot stirrer, and Kyle is not afraid to get in it. And Garcelle either at this point, like she's not afraid to like get it in either. That's the only reason I like Kyle. Don't get me wrong. She's questionable on some things, but she knows her assignment and she gets it.
Okay, okay, I can feel you on that. Kyle does understand the assignment. Now there are times where I'm like Kyle. I'm tired of saying that you understand the assignment because I know you being extra messy and I ain't here for it.
Mm.
In certain situations, I'll be like, Kyle, like the situation where I was riding for Crystal at first. I was riding for Crystal at first. When Crystal was saying that she was having issues and she felt like she wasn't heard, I was riding for her.
Yeah.
And every time those ladies tried to make her feel like what she was saying was invalid, I'm like, would y'all just shut up and listen to her? But then when she said, I'm with you. When you say someone says something dark and you don't tell what it is, you leave everybody open to assume certain things, right?
Right. Yeah.
And they can assume whatever they want to at that given moment because you've opened that door to allow that to happen. So I want Crystal to be open enough and according to Watch What Happens Live, and I really think she's just milking things, but according to Watch What Happens Live, she says that she actually there was something that was said and she still hasn't said it. But
Lies.
I
I'll
wanna put this
yes.
up because I got this from Twitter today. Um, and hopefully we are going to be able to see it and read it together. It's definitely hard to see, so let me go to. Okay, so this was posted on Twitter, or Instagram, but then reposted on Twitter from That Bravo Life, right? And so basically it says, "Please keep me anonymous. I have it on good authority that Sutton did not say anything aside from I do not see color. They all had hot mics that night. That's why Kyle is so adamant that nothing was said. She should have brought this up. She would have brought this up to drive the show. And since you said that Kyle is a pot stirrer, I see that happening, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't believe that there was anything that was said directly to her that, or in Kyle's presence, that was so dark because had it been that way, she would have addressed it then, Doc.
She,
Anyway,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
we know Kyle. We know Kyle. Now Crystal
She
was
would
giving.
wait.
Go ahead.
She'd
Sorry.
she'd have been on the phone that night with Lisa, telling like, "Look, Sutton said this." Like, it wouldn't even been a moment of like hesitation with Kyle to get that out. If something had been said that was so
Right.
hard,
Because in my opinion, she would have told Lisa, and Lisa would have told Erica. Let's just be honest. And the only reason why Lisa would have told Erica was because we all know that Erica and Sutton have, the issue with each other. The child, we would have known that Kyle would have started and everything would have went left.
you know, who I feel like who would have known first. They would have told first Garcelle, because Garcelle and Sutton, if I recall, were building a friendship last season when it first started, right? So the
Yeah,
anything to take down one person like they normally do, focus on one person, they would have started with Garcelle. Look, your friend ain't your friend.
right. But baby, I don't know if Garcelle and Sutton had a Zoom call after last year's reunion. But baby, they said the girls aren't coming for us this season. Cause the shade that Miss Garcelle has been throwing has been inevitable. Shade that she hasn't thrown before. Like Garcelle is truly delivering. But let me go ahead and finish reading this here. So basically it was saying that so it says now Crystal was given a warning at the end of last season that she needs to bring it the next season. Her life is not interesting and has nothing going on. The best option she had was to make this up, to start this drama at Sutton's expense, because without it, she would have no storyline and be kicked off the show. So she brought up something from a year ago. Sutton won't say anything because she quickly learned that something she says may have a different connotation to others. I don't see color. Not racist in her mind, but it's unsure if she said anything non PC. Bringing this up because as a viewer, you will see the cracks in Crystal's story. If others know, it will be easier for Bravo to bring a housewife with an actual life and get her off of the show. Now, I totally agree with that because I feel like if that was the case, see, Bravo is a business. If I don't have to pay someone and give them a raise because they are their sophomore season, and I can bring somebody in and pay them less than what I was paying you for your sophomore season, and they give me more. That's why I don't think that they will get rid of Drew.
Oh, Drew? No, Drew's not going nowhere.
She's not going nowhere because the network can get what they want for the amount that they're paying. Meaning, if you're making $4,000 an episode and you giving me all of your life in your marriage business, I'm keeping you because that means I could lowball you or pay you at a rate like that instead of basically what they don't want to do is why do you think all these OGs of these different franchises are dwindling out? They're
Yeah.
dwindling out because they don't want to continue to keep paying them. I think Kandi is the highest paid housewife right now, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she gets paid around 2.7 mil a season.
As much as I love Canada, I don't understand why she's the most paid. But I'm here for it. She's a black lady doing her thing. But I don't understand why she gets the most
I don't
money,
either. I don't either
especially
because
when
she don't
Teresa.
give. She
No,
don't give story. She don't give story. She
Teresa's a
she
dingbag, and I think she's bad on her show. But I mean, she always brings the drama. She knows the assignment. Teresa from
and
New Jersey.
and I don't like Caroline Manzo at all. I really don't like any of the Manzos, to be honest with you. Yep, I
Either.
said it. Um,
They
I
give me
don't really care
mafia.
for. Yeah, I don't really care for any of the Manzos, but I do want to see Caroline Manzo come for Teresa. I do. I can't lie about that. I want to see somebody take Teresa down.
Somebody
Just
needs to
like
put her in a place.
just like I want, and y'all forgive me when I say this, because I know last night's episode, we found out that Lois passed away. But another person that I want them to just add Kim Richards as a friend of, so she can eat Renna's ass up. Renna couldn't take Kim. I don't care what nobody say. Kim used to read Renna down. Let's not talk about the husbands. You don't want to go there. But I honestly, in my opinion, Beverly Hills is delivering. Of course, I'm loving Garcelle. I'm loving Garcelle. Crystal can go. Renna can go. Erica can go, and Diana can go.
Yeah. I agree with Diana. I agree
And
with Crystal.
the only reason why I want Erica to go is because Erica always wants a moment. You had your season last season, Toots. This season don't belong to you. Sorry, but we
Yeah,
don't care. I mean, we
I'm telling.
care, but we don't care because you keep trying to have a moment when it's not your moment.
Yeah, this attitude she has is not cute. And if I can be frank, I think she wants to like do some things to Diana with Diana. I don't know. I'm getting like weird, freaky vibes when she talks
Oh,
about like I think she wanted like what did I forget Dina said season one she wanted like whereas like last year's Versace or something. Like she wants Diana and I mean like every bit, every drop of Diana
you know
juice.
what? I'm with you because when she be like when she said in that car, she was like, "I wonder what Diana's doing over there." I was like, why do you care?
Right. Is it Diana or is it her money? I don't really at this point, I don't
But
know. I
what
think
can
she's
she
trying
do with
to
Diana's money unless Diana is literally giving Erica money? What does it matter?
okay, can I Erica
Because
gives me just gold digger. I'm sorry. She gives me gold digger. And I
well, if I
that
could
came out
be honest with you, I see that because here's the thing. From going from Erica last season to this season, uh, I don't know. Erica just ain't doing it for me. That's why I say
no,
she can go because last season you had your moment. You went from being able to at the reunion, being able to explain all this, I mean, putting your anger toward Tom and all this and all that. But then now it's like you want people to talk about your situation, but you don't. The people, when they ask you questions and stuff, you want to cut their head off. That's the part that I don't understand. She wants to be relevant. She wants people to ask her questions because if she didn't want people to ask her questions, she wouldn't be always wanting a moment.
and it's I know what she said about the victims were very well they probably she don't know they have been paid or not was very disgusting.
And if you can
Considering
say that, then why you can't show empathy?
the yeah, considering the victims like were actually victims of shit. Like they weren't just like money hungry people who like got into a car accident and tried to sue off for everything. You know, for some it wasn't frivolous lawsuits that these people were in. They were in like life and death situations. Like some people actually lost loved ones that died. And so to say that they were just in it for the money is just disgusting. Period.
Yeah,
Point blank period.
I really think that she's going to put her foot more in her mouth this season than she did last season.
And you know who's gonna catch
And
it?
say that
Garcelle.
again.
So you know who's catching it all? Garcelle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because how is it that you can say that you don't think the victims have all that they have not been paid, but you can't show any empathy toward the victims who you think hasn't gotten paid? Like for me, I truly honestly believe that Erica just has like she has issues. And then let me say this again. You went from being at the reunion, you were supposed to be under the radar by not having the glam team and by not doing this and by not doing that or not going out like you usually do. But these past couple episodes, you done had a glam team. You done been lit in every episode. You done been drunk in every episode.
Right.
All 5 episodes, Erica has been drunk in every episode. So I see where they telling her not to mix those antidepressants with the alcohol because she's using the alcohol to cope her issues or whatever. I don't know. You know, she good at making her own self look bad.
Yeah. But you would think though she would look in the mirror and be like, what's wrong with me? Because even though she has never been convicted of like a criminal case or like indicted in a criminal form, Jen Shaw has. Like Jen Shaw was stealing from old people. But low key, I don't want Jen to go to jail. But if you ever go to
Me
jail,
either.
I'm
I
all
like
for it.
Jen.
If Jen go to jail, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like sending money to her on her books. But if Erica go, got good riddance. But she should look in the mirror, and understand like how is Jen navigating this? Even though she had the whole documentary about her too, like how is she still getting fan support? Like how is she still one of the top people in her franchise, and not based off of just this crime story, but just off of life period?
Right. I, Jen is very likable. I mean,
And
I know what
Teresa,
she.
she went to jail for she got convicted, and she's still a fan favorite.
Yeah, now there she is. Everybody like Teresa table flipping.
I don't know why, because I think she's very well, Teresa on New Jersey and Teresa on Girls Trip are two different people. So it could just be her her surroundings.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, we all know that we have heard about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. The first season had Ramona, Teresa, Kenya, Cynthia. I'm missing some people.
Kyle
Melissa Gorga,
and Kyle
Kyle Richards,
and Luann.
um, and Luann de Lesseps. And then this new upcoming season has all of the ex-wives: Taylor Armstrong, Eva Marcel, Phaedra Parks, um, Vicky Gumbelson, Dorinda Medley, and I'm missing 2 others.
Brandy, you said Brandy?
Brandy Glanville, and I'm missing 1 more.
I don't know.
But anyway, so on your screen right now, this is the rumor cast. This has not yet been confirmed, but this is the rumor cast for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2.
I'm not thrilled about it.
I'm not thrilled about it either. If you want me to be completely honest, the only part that I'm excited about is Renna and Kim.
Oh, that's Kim. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, Kim Richards, Giselle Bryant, Lisa Renna, Lisa Barlow, Shannon Bedour, Heather Gay, Erica Jane, and Karen Huger. So you got 2 Potomac, 3 Beverly Hills, 1 Salt Lake City, and 1 OC. Or 2 Salt
I,
Lake City and 1 OC.
in the ideal cast, I would hope Giselle and Karen team up to take down Erica, but I feel like Erica will get in good with the black people on this cast because she knows that they are the true stars of the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to have Lisa Renna and Lisa Barlow on this cast, you don't need Heather Gay. Because Heather and Whitney is the pop stars of Salt Lake City. In my opinion, Heather and Whitney are very much so pop stars. So in this, I don't feel like Giselle and Karen would be ride or die in this particular situation. They definitely wouldn't team up against each other. They're going to have their own cliquish.
It's gonna be King and Cynthia part 2.
Exactly. And listen, I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna always be here for Karen and Giselle shade toward each other. It's just inevitable. And I think it's because they really do actually know each other. And so for me, I'm here for their shade. I'm not here for this cast. If you ask me, if I could give you a cast, and then we can kind of end it here, but give me, and y'all that are watching in the chat, if you are a Real Housewives fan and you like Real Housewives, and you kind of see the concept of the Ultimate Girls Trip. So some of y'all, I'm pretty sure you like Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop has done it too, where they have taken like a cast trip and they done brung um all of them from the different franchises. So Bravo has done the same thing. We have gotten our first one, Ultimate Girls Trip, which was in Turks and Caicos. And then this next one is going to be at Bluestone Manor, Dorinda Medley's place. And then this one, I want to say they said this one was going to be in Thailand.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, it's kind of made its rounds on Twitter and Instagram.
But this would make
I
sense.
think this is like this is like the third time that this cast has been leaked, though.
But this would make sense because none of these people are filming besides Giselle and Karen, and like I said, they're on the final trip, so it would make sense for them to, they're not filming their current shows right now. Well, I don't know
Well,
about
Shannon
Shannon.
Bedore
Yeah,
will, because
Shannon will.
OC is
Yeah,
still filming.
yeah, they just
Yeah,
started filming. Yeah,
and we know Salt Lake City wrapped filming about a month ago.
yeah. Beverly Hills is not doing anything, so I'm okay with
Yeah,
Shannon not
only thing
filming.
they all got to worry about is their reunion. So you got to worry about Beverly Hills reunion, and then you got to worry about them taping Salt Lake City's reunion somewhere in there as well. Well, now Salt Lake City should be good.
Yeah, they should be
So
good. Yeah,
honestly, the only people that they would honestly have to worry about would be Beverly Hills cast as far as their reunion being filmed, and Shannon Bedore, since she is in OC and they are currently filming right now. And I'm assuming Potomac should be done filming probably within the next month or so.
low key, they should bring in. I don't really watch Miami, but I feel like Larissa would be good in this cast. Larissa Pippen.
Oh, Larsa Pippen. I do
Oh,
agree.
that's her
You know
name. Oh
what?
my God,
Yeah, when you
Larsa.
said Larissa, I'm like,
Hey,
who's
that's
Larissa?
her name, Larsa.
uh, yeah, Larsa Pippen. Am I here for Larsa Pippen? Um,
She seemed like she good. Like when I the times I have watched, I mean, yeah. For this cast, I feel like she'd be good, a good fit.
you think so?
Mm, the way you talking, I
Larsa
don't think so
Pippen?
no more.
I
Listen, I
don't
can't
know
get a
because
name right.
I'm looking at it now. I'm like, can she handle these ladies? Because I think Karen will eat that woman up because
I,
she gonna come hard. So I think me personally, I think she would eat her up. Um, but if I could give my cast, and again, chat, I want y'all to do the same thing. Okay, I would keep Kim Richards on here because I think y'all should give Kim a job anyway. Um, Kim, Portia. Oh, and let me specify because since I said Kim, Kim Richards from Beverly Hills, or used to be in Beverly Hills. Portia Williams, who was on Atlanta. Um, I if Portia's going to be on the cast, the Grand Dame has to be on the cast. Um, okay, so I said Kim, Portia, Karen. I need what, three more? I'm gonna go with. If I want to go with Salt Lake City, I'm gonna go with Jen Shaw. Um, there are no New York or New Jersey girls on there. So I would actually like to take uh damn, you may not like this one, but I would take Sonya
Mm.
in that cast. And I'm missing one more person. Would I pick somebody else from Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills. Mm, who can hold their own weight down in Beverly Hills that will be good on that cast?
I don't know because I have my cast too, so I don't want to give you no ideas.
You
But I
said
think
what?
I have my own cast too, so I don't want to give you my ideas. But I
I
think
think that's it for me. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Um,
okay.
Kim. Let's see. I said Kim Richards. I said Portia,
Jen,
Jen Shaw,
Sonya.
Karen Huger, um, Kim Richards, Portia, Jen, Karen Huger, Giselle. I didn't say Giselle. Um, Sonya, and I'm missing one. Oh, I just want her on this cast just so they can eat her ass up. Dorit.
Dorito.
Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ladies. Okay. So Kim Richards, Portia Williams, Jen Shaw, Karen Huger, Son, I forgot Sonya's last name, and Dorit.
Morgan. All right.
Oh yeah, Sonya Morgan, Dorit Kempsey.
All right. So here I go. Right. I think this is gonna be my dream cast. I'm gonna go with Kim. I think she deserves another second chance, another chance. I'm gonna go with Sheree from Atlanta. I'm gonna
Okay.
also go with Jen Shaw. I feel like Jen Shaw is good television. She's good TV.
Yes.
Um, I mean that's three.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Margaret can hold her own. I feel like that'll be a
Margaret
good
Joseph.
look. Yeah, good little fit with Kim and Jen. Um,
Okay.
one of my all-time favorite housewives. You may not agree, but I think she understands assignment every season. Candace, she's going to give you a good tongue lashing. I feel like her and Sheree will be a good team. And one more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Sonya. I think she's a good time.
Yeah. Okay. So you said Kim Richards, Sheree, Jen Shaw, Margaret Josephs, Candace Dilla Bassett, and Sonya Morgan.
Yes.
Okay. I will be here for that cast. I would definitely be here for that cast. I, okay, that's a pretty dope cast. That's a pretty dope cast. The thing is they just need to be fair across the board with everybody. But I get it. If a franchise is actually filming, then of course they can. But if they're not filming, y'all, those aren't mine. Those are LB's Dreamcast. I'm gonna put mine on the screen here in just a second. But yeah, so overall I just think reality TV, we have um a pretty big summer to look forward to. And what I mean by that, pretty big summer to look forward to is we're gonna have quite a bit of shows out. We still gonna have Beverly Hills and Dubai out. We are going to have Atlanta out. I'm pretty sure Potomac will come in the fall. But we have Married to Medicine. Um, so reality TV right now is giving us what we need. It's definitely giving us what we need. So y'all, if you are watching the playback of this actual video, what we've done, we're just playing a little fun game in the chat and in the comments. Basically, what we're doing is we are giving our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip cast um, opinions or kind of how we would like to see the cast. Um, and so here is my cast that um, that I'm choosing: Kim Richards, Portia Williams, Jen Shaw, Karen Huger, Sonia Morgan, and Dorit Kinsley. Oh, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. So, LB, I want to thank you for sure for um having this chat with me, this reality TV chat. Um, we did discuss Kandi and Marlo and their feud and beef. Uh-oh. Well, it looked like my guest may have had some.
No, I'm
Oh,
back.
there you go.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm like, what happened? There you go. But we did in this video, we did talk about our the Kandi and Marlo feud. If you have not listened to Marlo's podcast with Carlos King, I am going to place that podcast link in the description box of this video once we get off. I'm also going to be posting where I get my ratings from, which is TV Deets. They are on Instagram and Twitter. So that you'll have those, and then I will also tag where I got the crystal information from as well. So um please like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing this pretty often, where I'll be bringing up different guests to just see what their opinions on everything is. LB, I don't know if you want to stay on. I am going to stay on for just a little bit because I am going to allow some people who are in the chat an opportunity to maybe call in and just give their 2 minute um their 2 minute rant on basically what we discussed.
Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here
Uh,
for the night. I'm at home. I should have got some
okay, yeah.
wine, but I don't even drink. So why am I lying to these people? I don't even drink. So
I do
I told
them.
you, I told you I'm watching Carisha Please after this. So hey, I got all night.
Oh yeah, we do have Carisha Please also too with Diddy. I'm here for that because that's like a podcast show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
I'm most definitely here for uh the podcast. Okay, hold on, y'all. There's one person saying that they wanted to call in, and I'm trying to get the link for y'all. Hold on. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, girl. Oh, let me be quiet before my channel gets straight. Okay, y'all see the link is in the chat. It is right now, right now, where you can click that link. You do not have to set up an account, and you can come on the screen and just have a brief conversation with us. Please keep it respectful. And we're gonna be here for just a few more minutes while we discuss some of our other stuff. And LB, what other reality shows are you watching at the very moment?
the very moment. I'm watching. Okay, this is pretty much it. I started watching Love and Hip Hop. Love it, not Love Hip Hop. Love and Marriage. I feel like I'm too far behind to catch up on Huntsville. And DC is to be honest, is boring me. Monique is very boring to me. As much as she talks about the Potomac ladies, she's very boring without them. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. These housewives have pretty much got my time.
The Housewives got your time. Um, well, let me say this. I'm watching so many reality shows right now. It's kind of hard to keep up. I'm watching Basketball Wives
Oh,
all
forgot
the
about Basketball Wives. Yeah, because they so much like housewives. Yes, Basketball Wives. Every Monday night, I'm there.
Oh, have you been watching Basketball Wives?
Yes, every Monday night, I'm here for everybody except the twins because I don't like that baby mama wedlock food joke. I think it was classless and tasteless.
Yeah, that was very messy.
Very. And
She
you gonna
knew
eat my
better when
food?
she did that.
You gotta
Yeah,
go.
don't come here and eat my food. Don't come here. And then you stayed after you was confronted about what you did. You still
I would.
stayed.
And the fact that you didn't even like, I'm sorry, it offended you. I'm sorry, it was just being funny. Like when you do stuff, you need to own up to it. Like if you own up to it, I'm good. But as long as you just still like playing it off, we got a problem.
My my sister was in the chat, and we always talk about Basketball Wives. Because I told her I love me some Jackie. Jackie Christie is good TV, and I
Great
just so
TV.
happened to, I just so happened to come up on that meme where she told, or she was having a conversation with Malaysia, right after I can't remember if it was after or before, um, Malaysia sat down with Doug, and she was like, "I really love you, Malaysia. I've been riding with you for a very long time. Even when I found out your name was LaQuisha, I didn't stop talking to you. I kept talking." Let me tell y'all something. Jackie is great TV. You do not have to like that lady to know that she is amazing TV. um, what were your thoughts on Zell or on Malaysia bring party?
uh Considering that they were on the show and I watched the show, she knew what bringing Zell would mean to especially Jennifer. And I feel like that was her point of getting back at Jennifer because to be honest, I didn't think they were friends until they were at the wedding together. And I kind of feel like Malaysia can be a little, I don't know, petty, shady at moments. So I feel like she did that on purpose. But I must say, I'm a huge Jennifer Williams fan. Um, I met her back in 2011 at a club showing, and she was probably one of the nicest celebrities I've met in person. She smelled great. Her breath did not stink, Zell. It smelled great, and she looked
But
great. She looked
and
like money.
I was thinking in my mind, is that really what we going in about? Now, I could understand. I don't know the context of how they necessarily got into it over her breath stinking or whatever. But to me, Malaysia knew what she was doing when she brought Zell there because when they first walked in, Malaysia made a comment, and her comment was, "Y'all don't go too hard on my friend. What you bring your friend for?"
Somebody got to say this, but why was he there anyway? I mean, we know what's
That's
up.
my point. You got issues with all of these females. What was you doing there? You got issues with at least two of the females, and you mean to tell me, Malaysia, that you brought him thinking that he wasn't gonna get into it with them two females? Like, let's be real. Malaysia was on some shady shit, and
Yeah,
she had to be called out for it. Like, Malaysia was on some shady stuff, and I kept seeing on Twitter where people were saying, "I don't see where Malaysia was being messy. I don't feel like she was being messy." Are we watching the same show?
yeah, she's messy.
There was no way that you would invite someone to that magnitude to a party and you did not think that they would get into it. First of all, y'all probably came in there talking about what you was gonna do and what you was gonna say. Now, what I am gonna say is I want Brandy to stop. Because Brandy is starting to come off as a mean girl.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is, did you just see how she was looking at Angel Brink's party or their gender reveal? She just looked like she didn't want to be there. And you can't tell me if Malaysia is messing you up that much. Y'all wasn't never friends.
I feel like if I'm friends with somebody for a long time and that friendship goes awry, it's like a bad breakup. Like it could take months, it could take years, especially if you haven't been around them and then now you're forced to be around them when you have unresolved issues. I can kind of see that I can kind of see where Brandy would be have a guard up and be hurt or whatnot. I can kind of see that, especially when we know Malaysia is shady as shit. So I kind of
I
empathize with
mean, and
Brandy.
I get that. I guess for me, your Brandy's anger is it's not geared toward the right things. You started out by saying that, and I'm with Brandy on this. You can't tell me if Malaysia see everything else on the damn internet that she didn't see that girl's father had passed away. And we still have mutual ties to people. I don't care what you say. Malaysia knew that their girl's father had passed away, and she should have sent condolences instead of being stubborn, talking about you moving on in your life and this is where you are now. I think that's bullcrap.
Right.
But what I mean by Brandy, I think Brandy takes stuff too far, in my opinion. Because I feel like even when she was saying, I ain't gonna fight you right now because the cameras is up. Take the cameras down. See, in that particular moment, I felt like when all of that was said, Malaysia knew again what she was doing in the very beginning when she told Duffy that pretty much Brandy is mad at her because when Brandy got off of the show, Malaysia didn't ride for her. But what Brandy did, she did to herself. So what I'm supposed to say? You already done called Shawnee a B word. So what I'm supposed to say? She didn't mean to call you no B word. What I'm supposed to say as a friend? What do I say in that moment? Because everybody already knew Shawnee had already had her mind made up, and that wasn't the first time that they had been going back and forth. So I get why she upset because she keeps saying that she didn't help her get back on the show. But for me, Brandy, you did that to yourself. And you can't really be mad at nobody else for not going to the bat for you for being on the show. You called a lady that's an executive producer of B Word.
I didn't watch that season, so my information on that is limited. Besides just what I like clips I saw, but I'm glad I am glad Brandy and Shawnee appear to have made up. But Shawnee should have never been on the show in the first place. If we just gonna be honest, she should have just been an executive producer a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't think Shawnee should be on the show. I think what she's doing right now is perfect. She
She
was
should
on
be
that first episode,
episode,
and we don't need you no more.
and we don't need a preacher's wife in the likes of on Basketball Wives. Not now. Let preacher's wife
Well,
stay. Let her be on a Joe Osteen show or something. But
this is some exclusive tea. So I hear through the grapevine that they are filming currently right now a pilot for Basketball Wives Miami, or is it my? It's either Miami, Orlando, or Tampa, whichever one has a basketball team, of course.
Miami.
Um,
Well, Miami and Orlando has one. Has the Magic and the Heat.
I want to say it's Miami. I want to say it's Miami, but apparently they are. We were kind of wondering what was taking Basketball Wives currently right now so long to come out, and they were saying that like Jackie and I believe they were saying Jeff. It's either Jackie or might have been Malaysia. Was helping them film, and of course, you kind of have to have an OG of a franchise to kind of help out the newbies or whatever. Um, if they do come up with the Basketball Wives Miami, I think I'm here for that.
It
I think I'm
depends.
here
It
for it.
just depends. It actually depends. Like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna watch it wholeheartedly, but it just depends on what I see in the trailers because
Well, of course they got to serve. They're gonna have to serve. Otherwise, I'm not gonna watch it. But I think if they know how well, if we could be very honest, basketball wise, what's the names ain't been too good.
The episodes.
Their ratings haven't been too good. I think Monday's episode only got 400 and some K views. Let's see.
I mean, to be
Um,
honest, they're not like previous seasons where
412.
where it was drama, drama, drama. I don't feel like it's drama, drama, drama like it normally has been on Basketball Wives, which probably could be why. But I don't miss, to be honest, I don't miss Evelyn. I really don't miss Tammy. I'm enjoying this cast as is.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do miss Tammy. I do. Evelyn, not so much. Um, Evelyn and Shawnee, not so much. But I do miss Tammy. Um, and to be honest with you, I really didn't want to watch this season, especially when they brought like Duffy and Brandy back. I was thinking to myself, why, Shawnee? Why did you do that? Why did you bring them back? But I would have to say I'm kind of liking Basketball Wives.
Yeah, I stopped watching when I started watching back when Jen came back because, like I said, I'm a undercover Jen fan.
Not an undercover one.
Like I like Jen. I love Jen. I ain't gonna lie, I love Jen.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone is going to call in, so I'm not going to hold you any longer. But again, before we end this live, y'all, please like and subscribe to the channel. We just are having a weekly, reality TV, a reality TV show conversation where we're just kind of giving our thoughts and opinions about it. Me and LB, we are pretty firm with our housewives shows, so you know, if you come for us, you got to come with facts, or otherwise, we ain't trying to hear
As we say these facts, we know we've been down, 10 toes down, 4 flat tires in it.
Because I'm gonna go rewatch um Atlanta season 4,
When
and
Marlo came, yeah, let me know because I think
I need to
Portia,
see how Marlo was introduced to us. Because you're saying you think
it was Phaedra.
Phaedra
Yeah, and she
Phaedra
just
did it.
clicked with
Okay,
Nene so fast. Yeah,
and
I'm
and
not.
that, and that could be right because Carlos did say that in season 4, the insinuation of what he said was basically saying that Marlo met Nene on set.
Yeah,
And I think he had said that they had filmed a couple times with Marlo before she even met Nene. So, um, yeah. You're right about that. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Um, so let's see. This week, today is Thursday. So to my viewers, of course, we have Love and Marriage Huntsville this week. We have Love and Marriage DC. We have Nightcap with Carlos King. And remember, the Nightcap with Carlos King this week is our season 1 ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Kim, Zodiac, Deshaun Snow, Sheree Whitfield, and Lisa Wu. And that is going to be on Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, let's get into that. I am going to do a full thorough review on the Housewives reunion. Um, for that. Are you excited about that?
yes. I hope I remember to watch it because I was recording DC and I stopped because, like I said, I'm just not. I just can't get into it. I'm sorry.
DC is DC is a bit boring.
It's very boring. I'm tired of Monique complaining about her marriage. Like at this point, if you don't like him,
Well,
just leave him.
I think that's supposed to be the dynamic of it. The reason why it's called Love and Marriage Huntsville or
Marriage.
Love and Marriage DC. Um, Now, if I could be completely honest with you, um, Love and Marriage Huntsville has been on for 4 seasons, and so Love and Marriage Huntsville, the dynamic and how it was supposed to start was them supposed to be showing us how it was building things in a marriage. And at that particular time, it was supposed to be kind of like HGTV, like where they doing building homes and all kinds of stuff. So Huntsville had its own way that it started, but of course, it's reality TV. It has kind of went a different type of direction. Um, I'm loving Huntsville. Huntsville is probably up there with my housewives. DC is it's not doing it for me. DC is not doing it for me. Maybe when the season go off, I can binge watch it and then review it. But DC is hard to keep my attention, and it may be because I'm so invested in Huntsville.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do like Huntsville. There are several YouTubers that I am going to be working with here pretty soon, where we are going to be collabing together to do things uh, for Love and Marriage Huntsville and the Nightcap with Carlos King. Um, but yeah, if even if you don't watch Love and Marriage DC, the Nightcap is good to watch because it does give you. So far, he's had Monique Samuels and Melody Holt, and we know that they're both from the Love and Marriage or Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage DC. He had Tamar Braxton. Um, he had Dr. Heavenly and Martell. He had Letitia and Destiny, which is both from Huntsville, and then of course this week, our Real Housewives reunion. I really wish Nene could have been there, but we know Nene got a lot going on right now. Um, but I think that would have been epic, and that probably definitely would have been a season high for him. Had Nene been there, I still think he's going to get quite a few views, but I think he would have got way more if Nene was there. But like I said, my girl Nene got a lot going on, y'all.
I mean, I feel like that's a whole. I can have a whole conversation about that, but I
But
don't
we're
want.
not gonna do it because Nene is my fave, and I am very
I know,
biased
as I say,
against
I
her.
don't want to lose a friend because
I gotta stop you
I
there. But no,
don't.
let me say this. Um, that we're on Nene. I would have to say that I am disappointed in Nene. And I'm disappointed in Nene because I feel like she could have just took season 13, set season 13 out, and came back guns a blazing, and she wouldn't be in none of this stuff she in right now.
None of it. None of it.
Um, I don't I don't like the fact now her lawsuit and hearing the things that are in the lawsuit, I believe they're valid. I do believe that they are valid. However, I'm at this place with Nene where she kind of like to me, and I hate to compare the two because everybody know I love Nene, but I'm gonna have to compare her to Monique right now,
And
and I'm
that's
talking about the comedian Monique, not reality TV Monique, but comedian Monique. They keep doing stuff that uh, allows people who are the fans that they used to have are not riding with them anymore because of some of the things that they're doing. Um, I personally, I'm not here for the wife suing her. I think you need to go sue your man. I mean, I get it that you can do that in North Carolina. Um, I believe you need to be suing your man because you don't know what your man then told me. Um, yeah, I just I don't know. We'll never get to see her back on Housewives ever again. That we do know for sure. It would take a miracle from Jesus in order for that to happen.
it looks like though Nene should
I
have been
miss
following
my
her own
girl.
advice. So that's all I'm gonna say. I
You
feel
said
like Nene
what?
should have been following her own advice. And if we wouldn't be in this conversation, she told Kim.
But here's the thing though, and this is what I am going to say because I do feel like we have to be fair in that situation.
Mhm.
Although we tell, okay, when we have been in a marriage or a relationship, we don't know what that man told her.
That's true.
And I remember in the beginning, everybody kept saying, well, ain't that man married? Ain't that man married? But what do we honestly know? We don't know if this man done faked some documents and showed Nene. We don't know. We don't know what he's done. So the reason why I say why sis ain't suing your husband, you used to be suing this man because you don't know what he done told Nene. Now I agree with you where you saying Nene, it would just be one of those situations where I ain't dating you and I ain't taking no pictures with you until I see divorce paperwork or
Yes.
until I see a divorce decree. But again, who knows? Maybe he presented that to her. Now I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't
Yeah.
think it's right. As much as I love Portia, what Portia did wasn't right either. I don't think it's right. But I'm still ride or die fans for Nene and Portia. But I ain't stealing nobody's husband.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I said, a whole conversation for a different day, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation. Conversation for a different day because we could go all
And I got to watch
into.
what I say because I said I don't want to lose a friend over my comments about your favorite. Because
Nah,
if you
you
the same
good.
comments
You
for
good.
Jennifer, we had to meet me outside.
Really?
I love
Okay,
Jennifer.
so
Like low key, I love Jennifer.
there are a few reality TV stars that I probably would really, really ride for. And when I tell you the person who's on the top of my list, you will probably disagree with me.
Go, go for it.
Not Heavenly.
Who?
Dr. Heavenly.
Uh, she all right.
Yes,
I can see why you would like her though.
hilarious to
I
me
think
though.
she's funny. She's funny, and she says
That
what's on her
lady is
mind.
hilarious. Right. And
Yeah.
people all the time, sometimes when she say, like, if she in an argument, and see, here's the thing. When we was in school, we used to say stuff like your mama, your bald head ass mama, your bald head ass granny. So I think I think growing up and when she say your mama, this shit be funny to me. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, she's funny. I see it. Like, but I don't watch that show enough to be like, oh, that's my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's my favorite. I love Quad. But I'm a ride a Dynamic and Portia fan, and I think everybody know that.
Yeah. Give
But
me
it
Jennifer.
look like Chanel Ion gonna be right there with them though.
At this point, it does. At this point, it really does. You know who else I'm gonna say I'm gonna do ride or die for too now is Garcelle.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
I
Yes,
got her
yes,
book.
yes.
I read her book in like 2 days. And I just began so much respect for her after that book. So yeah, Garcelle,
I keep
Jennifer,
saying I wanna get her book and read her book.
it's good. It's good. Somebody said on Twitter that Garcelle, Ayan, and Kenya had the same wig maker. But
Oh, you did. So you saw that wig a picture floating around in Kenya.
yes,
Lord, I'm like, I, I always see stuff on Twitter first. I see stuff on
yes,
Twitter and then I'll see it on Instagram or something. But I had saw it on Twitter first, and all I could think about was when who was it Marlo who had got that wig? No, that was
it was Tanya.
Tanya.
Yeah,
Boy, I remember Marlo and Portia really thought that they was finna get Kenya about that wig, honey.
but seems like
But we are.
since that came out, like she don't mind wearing wigs. I feel like at one point she tried to keep it like, I don't really wear wigs a lot, but I feel like now she don't give a damn. She got that toddler running around. Whatever, however she leave the house is how she leave the house. But she leave the house always looking good. But that wig, she ain't got time to do her hair all the time. So that wig got to go. Like, it stay in
Okay.
rotation.
Well, I didn't like her hair in that episode where they went and met Marlo at
I ain't like her hair none of the season. None of the season. What his whole New York trip looked off.
yeah, that one wig that she wore to like the first night that they was there was like way on the side of her head.
Yeah,
I'm
she
like,
don't get.
no,
She got that
ma'am.
Tyler Brooke wore 2 or 3, like, and she 50. Like, I get it. Sis tired. She tired.
And Brooklyn is such a cutie. She is such a cutie. But all right, so I again to my audience, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is Reality Chat with Chef Don and LB. We are gonna be doing it again. But the reason why I did it this way was because I have not reviewed Dubai, and I had not reviewed Beverly Hills this week, so I figured it would be best to kind of tie it in together because there's been a lot of reality TVT over the last 2 days. So, indeed, like and
Been a
subscribe. You can
blast.
absolutely you can also give monetary donations to the Cash App posted. But other than that, I think that is it for me. I am going to play my outro. Y'all, please remember to keep it respectful in the comments. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And toodles.
All right.